In the heart of modern-day Turkey, there's a place where the earth remembers everything, where stone breathes history and wind carries the secrets of forgotten empires. A land carved by fire, shaped by time, and haunted by the whispers of civilizations long gone. Welcome to Cappadocia, a surreal wonderland of ancient underground cities, mysterious rock formations, and untold stories buried beneath the dust of centuries. But Cappadocia is not just beautiful. It's bizarre, alien, even unsettling. Because beneath this breathtaking surface lies an entire world few have seen, and even fewer understand. Cities buried beneath the ground, churches carved into stone by hand, tunnels that twist into darkness with no known end, and legends that speak of those who never return from exploring them. What kind of fear drives an entire civilization to live underground? In silence, in secrecy, in stone? These weren't just shelters. They were sanctuaries, fortresses, tombs. Some say they were hiding from Roman soldiers. Others whisper they were hiding from something much older. Creatures, invaders, or something not entirely human. Today we go deeper than any travel guide dares. We'll descend into lost chambers, follow the carved steps of ancient monks, and uncover stories that were never meant to be unearthed. Because here in Cappadocia, history doesn't just live in the past. It echoes, etched in volcanic ash, sealed behind stone walls, and hidden in plain sight. So turn down the lights, turn up the volume, and prepare to enter a place where myth meets memory and reality bends like the tunnels beneath your feet. This is not just a history lesson. This is a descent. Formed millions of years ago by violent volcanic eruptions, Cappadocia began not with human hands, but with fire. Mountains like Urses and Hassan spewed molten rock across that Anatolian plain, blanketing the land in thick layers of ash that hardened into a soft, pale stone known as tuff. And over thousands of years, wind and water sculpted that tuff into surreal shapes, jagged towers, mushroom-like pillars, and towering cones, what we now call fairy chimneys. But long before cameras captured their beauty, people saw these formations as protection, as opportunity, as shelter. The earliest known inhabitants of Cappadocia, possibly dating back to the Bronze Age, didn't just live among the rocks, they lived inside them. They carved out homes, stables, storage rooms, temples, entire villages embedded within the cliffs like honeycombs. But these were just the surface layers, because underneath lies something far stranger. Beneath the ground are vast underground cities, not caves, not bunkers, but sprawling, multi-level metropolises carved deep into the earth. The most famous is Derinkuyu. It descends over 200 feet, that's more than 18 stories underground. Within its stone walls, archaeologists have found kitchens, communal rooms, wells, air shafts, stables, wine and oil presses, even entire chapels. Imagine it, thousands of people living entirely underground in the darkness for weeks, even months at a time. But why? Some historians believe early Christians hid here to escape Roman persecution. The tunnels could be sealed from the inside. Hidden doors were disguised as ordinary rock, ventilation shafts kept air flowing, and traps could be triggered if invaders entered. But here's where the mystery deepens. Derinkuyu wasn't built by the Christians, at least not originally. Carbon dating and artifact analysis suggests the tunnels are much older, perhaps thousands of years older. Some scholars link them to the Hittites, one of the first empires in Anatolia. Others suggest they were built even earlier, by an unknown pre-Iron Age civilization. And then there are the fringe theories. Some believe the cities weren't built to hide from humans, but from something else. Ancient alien theorists suggest the complexity of the tunnels, the precision of the ventilation, the sheer scale, is evidence of extraterrestrial knowledge. Others speak of massive floods, nuclear winters, or other catastrophes that drove people underground to survive. No matter the truth, one thing is clear, they were hiding from something. Even today, locals tell stories passed down through generations of travelers who wandered too deep and never returned, of strange markings found on the tunnel walls that don't match any known language, of lights, glowing orbs that dance above the fairy chimneys on moonless nights. Some say you can hear whispers in the wind if you stand quietly in the valleys at dusk. But Cappadocia's story doesn't end underground. Welcome to Cappadocia, one of the most magical places on Earth. Here, at the break of dawn, something surreal happens. Hundreds of hot air balloons rise into the sky like colorful lanterns, floating above ancient valleys, fairy chimneys, and stone-carved villages. This is the hot air balloon capital of the world. If you're planning to visit Cappadocia, the balloon area is centered around a town called Göreme in central Turkey. It's here where most balloon flights begin, surrounded by otherworldly landscapes that feel like stepping onto another planet. Flights usually launch just before sunrise, when the sky turns soft shades of pink and gold. You'll be picked up from your hotel around 4 to 5 a.m., taken to the launch site, and treated to a light breakfast while watching your balloon come to life. The moment the burner roars and the balloon lifts off the ground, you'll feel it, the silence of the sky, the slow drift above dreamlike terrain, and the first golden light touching the land below. From the air, you'll float over famous spots like Love Valley, Red Valley, Pasabag, and the towering Ukhisar Castle in the distance. Each one tells its own story, carved by time, wind, and volcanic ash over millions of years. Flights last around 1 hour depending on weather. At the end, you'll land smoothly and celebrate the adventure with a champagne toast, a ballooning tradition that dates back centuries. But here's a secret. You don't even have to fly to enjoy the view. Many visitors wake up early just to watch the balloons rise from the rooftops of cave hotels, places built into the stone cliffs, where ancient meets luxury. Hotels like Sultan Cave Suites or Koza Cave Hotel offer some of the best sunrise views in the region. Cappadocia is more than a destination. It's a feeling, a moment suspended in time, floating quietly above a land carved by wind, fire, and dreams. So, whether you fly or simply watch, make sure you witness the magic of the skies above Cappadocia. Cappadocia is not just a place you visit, it's a world you step into, one carved by ancient hands, shaped by fire and wind, and whispered to by time. From its surreal rock formations and underground cities, to its hidden valleys, stone churches, and towns carved into cliffs, every corner holds a story. Every cave echoes with the past. But perhaps nothing captures its spirit more than the moment you rise into the sky. In a hot air balloon, drifting with the wind, not to escape the world, but to finally see it with new eyes. Because up there, above it all, you don't just see Cappadocia, you feel it, the silence, the wonder, the timeless beauty. So whether you're chasing legends in Zelv Valley, exploring ancient tunnels, sipping tea on a rooftop, or floating above it all at dawn, Cappadocia leaves its mark on your soul. This is more than a destination. It's a dream, waiting for you to wake up in it. And when you do leave, a part of you will always stay, dancing with the wind over Cappadocia. If you felt the magic in the winds of Cappadocia, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more hidden corners and untold stories from the edges of the earth.